I'm going to guess the Pistons are fourth in this list. Eastern
Spencer,
Conference.
where are the Pistons to win the East next year?
Fifth.
Yeah, she said
Chris.
fifth. I was being home.
Yeah, fifth.
The Pistons have the 8th best
Tied
odds
or
to win the Eastern Conference next season. Ahead of them, the Hawks, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Magic,
Sixers.
Come on.
the Knicks, and the Cavaliers.
The Sixers? The two teams that shouldn't be in that. The rest of them I'm not mad at.
Yeah.
The two teams that shouldn't be in it are the Celtics and the Sixers.
Yeah.
The Celtics, I could talk myself
They're going to
into.
be, the Celtics are going to be, but they're not going to do anything without Tatum. They're not going to do anything serious without
Not
Tatum.
without their third best player.
And the Sixers, dude. Maybe this is the year Joel Embiid isn't a turd.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
come on,
actually
dude. What
fucking
are we
crazy for
talking
the
about?
Sixers to be in there.
That's
just-
disrespectful.
I think that's because,
That's just baiting people into making a bad bets.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
Philly fans,
Yeah.
our cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, FanDuel says we got top 3 chance in the league this year to win the East.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I want to be upset,
Shout out
but it
Malik
sounds
Beasley.
about right because I'm not necessarily in love. I don't think that we got better. I think you could argue maybe we did get worse, but it feels like more of the same, if anything.
I don't know if the Hawks should have jumped us just yet either. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
adding,
like the Hawks.
Adding-
The Hawks are ahead of
gotta
us?
show it.
yeah,
Yeah.
adding Porzingis is,
Oh, the Hawks shouldn't be there at all.
adding Porzingis is good. That's a good
And
move.
Nikhil Alexander
and,
Walker.
Oh, I
and
forgot
Nikhil
about
Alexander
Porzingis.
Walker.
Okay, that's different.
And Dyson Daniels. Trae Young's a turd, though. You're not going to win anything with Trae Young. But that's why I'm not mad that the Hawks are over us because I can see it because they made moves and we lost Malik Beasley. So that they're penalizing us for losing Malik Beasley by putting us behind the Hawks for sure.
But Porzingis is still in this like the Joel Embiid conversation too. It's like,
I mean, but
playing or not, when are you going to be available?
when he plays, though, he is
The unicorn.
very important. He was very important to that Celtics team. I mean, he blocks shots on the highest level in the league, and he hits threes at the highest level in the league for anybody.
So
Like,
they
he's
got
a
Dyson
40%
Daniels,
three-point shooter.
NAW, Porzingis, Trey. Who else did they sign? too?
DeAndre
Jalen
Hunter?
Johnson, who's a
Do they
dog.
still have DeAndre Hunter?
No, they traded him to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the other guy they signed in free agency though?
Oh, they did sign one more person.
A
I'm
shooter.
blanking.
Was
The
it
Hawks are
Kennard?
deep.
Yes,
Luke
Kennard.
Yeah,
Yes.
Luke Kennard, too.
Actually, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That team's better than the
Because
Pistons.
Dyson alone is like kind of nulling out.
I
Or at least
hear you.
doling out some one of your superstars, you know?
I hear
I
you,
think
but the
Cade would
Hawks
still
are
give
like an
Dyson
on-paper
buckets.
team.
I think he did this
No,
year.
Dyson gave him problems.
Yeah.
What do you say, Chris?
To me, the Hawks are an on-paper team. Like I like that, but I gotta see it play out.
But
like
also,
Yeah, but the defense is what makes it up for me. For them.
whoever
And the kid they drafted, too, is pretty solid.
whoever's on the floor next to Dyson Daniels is getting attacked. Trae Young or Luke Kennard. You're attacking them the whole time.
What do you mean?
Like, the other guard for the Hawks that's in the game, you're attacking them the whole time. Luke
Yeah.
Kennard, Trae Young, whoever it is. You're not going to run offense at Dyson Daniels. You're going to run it, give it to whoever is being guarded by Trae Young or Luke Kennard and let him eat. And now the Pistons have guys that if you put a nobody, a Luke Kennard or a Trae Young on Jaden Ivey or Karis LeVert, it's not like putting them on Tim Hardaway Jr. because they can create their own shot off the dribble and attack. You can't hide people defensively with the guard rotation that the Pistons have. Because Duncan Robinson will just run away from him. And Trae Young's not keeping up with him. They can't put Trae Young on Duncan Robinson. It would tire him out too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
6'7".
6'7".
Post them up.
I'm looking at
But
Duncan
yeah, like-
Robinson's playoff numbers.
Like, if you have Tim Hardaway Jr. or
Yeah.
Malik Beasley out there, you can hide Trae Young or Luke Kennard. But with Karis LeVert and Jaden Ivey, they can't because they'll get attacked off the dribble.
Yeah. Well, I think the Pistons, and two, this is a big bet on Porzingis being healthy, and
Yeah.
that just historically hasn't been a thing. So
Especially if they – because Clint Capella is on the Rockets again, by the way.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
dude, they just got everybody.
They got so many players. The Rockets are going to be so good. KD doesn't even have to play until the playoffs.
I almost think they have like too many guys to where it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? Like it's just like they got like 13 players I really like. But Atlanta, look, I'm not saying they can't be better than Detroit. I'm saying you have to prove it Orlando, I think they had the season from hell last year. I think they were better than us, obviously, the year before that. But I think that's a team you got to give the benefit of the doubt.
Orlando's better than us.
over us. Yeah. But again, we have to see the big equation is internal growth, because that's clearly what Trajan bet on. He didn't bet on making moves. So we'll see.
Would that be like Joe Ingles' nickname because he looks like a math teacher? The big equation.
That's nice.
No problem.
Oh, he just retired, or he signed something?
No, he just signed it. He's just signed another contract.
With who?
I don't know.
Joe Ingles? No.
Yeah, he did. He just got signed.
Yeah, something happened with him.
Somebody was hating on Twitter.
He either retired or
no, he signed a deal with something. He signed a 1-year deal, and like Josh Hart or somebody was like, "Bro, just retire." And everybody was flaming Josh Hart. Like, what are you talking about, dude? He's making $5 million to sit on the bench. Why the fuck would he retire?
So I pulled up Duncan Robinson's playoff numbers. Is it concerning to anybody that he's averaging 15 minutes?
Joe Ingles back with Minnesota veteran.
In those matchups.
No, because
Miami
he's shooting 40% from three?
Even this year, in the playoff matchup, he shot 40%, but he only shot 6, 7. 12 shots in the entire series. And that's after Jimmy Butler departed, so you needed the extra...
No,
yeah,
because
but Miami
there's no
packed
facilitator and playmaker on Miami that's even close to as good as Cade Cunningham.
It's the defense, obviously. That is why he was not playing in the playoffs. Yes, that does concern me a little bit.
He made two great finals runs.
I think everybody would be lying to themselves to say that in the playoffs, when push comes to shove, people would attack Duncan every single time down the court.
Yeah, like they did Malik Beasley.
I just think I've seen it more often with Duncan.
I've seen Duncan Robinson make two finals runs where he is an important part and he's playing a lot of minutes on those teams.
Thought you didn't care about that.
It's not saying he can't play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Luke
also
Kennard can do that too. I'm just saying we've seen it happen in the playoffs, and Malik Beasley wasn't this great defender either. Neither was Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's way better than Duncan Robinson.
Way better?
I don't think so.
He's not. Duncan Robinson has a better defensive rating overall than Malik Beasley does in his career.
Are we sure?
Yes, 100%. Flannel said it on the morning show today.
Nice.
Malik Beasley's not a good defender.
I think he's better than Duncan Robinson.
No, he's not. They're literally the same.
Yes. And I think Duncan will be absolutely fine here, and I think it's a great stretch. I think he can, with this offense and what they have in a playmaker in Cade Cunningham's caliber, he can win. He can make enough threes to stay out. He's one of the highest in the league at catch and shoot open threes.
Yes.
What did he not get a lot of in Miami? Open threes. What will he get a lot of in a Cade Cunningham system? Open threes.
And Neil brought it up that he led the NBA in picks set a couple years ago, because what he does, where the NBA used to do, or the Heat used to do with him, with Bam and with other players, where you do handoffs and pick and rolls between both of them at the top of the key. Jalen Duren, a very good passer for his position.
Tried to say that.
Asar Thompson, a very good playmaker on this team. Doing pick and rolls and pick and screens with Duncan Robinson, where he's flying around, they're going to get him a lot of open shots.
Yeah, that's
right.
exactly what I was saying.
It's exactly what they did with Ivy last year, or with Beasley last year.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that Beasley had the best year of his career last year, other than, being in gambling debt, so he had to do it for his life, but because he was with Cade Cunningham.
That's why I said I like Duncan Robinson over Beasley, because of the fact of that two-man game that he can run with a big is just another wrinkle in this offense that you don't have to involve Cade Cunningham in, which can bring down his usage, which is a great thing for him. I think a lot of people have said that Duncan Robinson is an extremely high IQ player, and I think I see that from the two-man game, from the routes that he runs, everything. I think he's going to be amplified pretty well here in Detroit. Now, I want to say that you can't expect the numbers that Beasley did were honestly insane, out of this world. So you can't look at
second most in the NBA.
Yeah, you can't look at that and set that as the bar.
And we're not going to need that, because the only reason Beasley had that kind of production was because Jaden Ivey broke his leg.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't have needed him to be that big of a piece of your offense. And DNC ENT says, Tim Hardaway Jr. leaving for a vet minimum made me crash out last night when I seen the money. I mean, maybe just seeing it on paper, but that's what he is. He's a vet minimum guy.